Welcome to the Flying High Podcast, with inspiring meetings with people that got love for the aviation industry and passion for adventure. This is Sky Talk.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sky Talk. Today we're filming in Helsinki at Copter Safety, and with me I have Rebecca Pelasini. We got to know each other very well because both of us were awarded a scholarship on a type rating on the Augusta Westland 139, and we've been living together for 4.5 weeks now. Yes. In something that was a little smaller place than we expected.
Yes.
So welcome to the podcast, Rebecca.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And you're a pretty badass pilot. You have been flying Blackhawks in the military, American military.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, please just start off with telling us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. I started my aviation journey in the U.S. Army. I am no stranger to scholarships. I started with an ROTC scholarship from the U.S. Army to study in San Francisco, and went from there to flight school and proceeded into the Army, flying UH-60s as an aeromedical evacuation officer.
Cool.
And after 8 years doing that and 3 deployments, I decided that I needed to change the tempo of my life. I did serve in the Texas National Guard for 2 years after that because I didn't know which direction I was going, but I knew I wasn't ready to stop flying.
Mm-hmm.
And there I learned a lot more about the UH-60. I transitioned to warrant officer and also understood that my future in aviation was outside of the military.
Yeah.
And so I got my instructor certificate on the R-22,
Mm-hmm.
and within a couple of years I was teaching in R-22s and R-44s. And
Because you don't get civil certificates through the military, right? You have to redo everything.
You do. There's a conversion a day of education in the FAA system, and then you can sign papers and they will issue you a commercial license, but you don't get that after training in the military.
Yeah.
It's not a straight, an assumed thing. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah.
But you have to get it separately. Yeah.
Because I think in European military, you can count your hours, but you can't count anything. I think you need to redo everything.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that, but I believe so.
I've seen a little discussion in some of the forums that there is a question of how much you can count, and it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that I did some tours in Las Vegas for a season.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty amazing, flying the H-130 T2, and also some A-Star time. I went from there to teaching for a little while part-time after I had a kiddo, and after that I started my current jobs, flying part-time for a sheriff's department in a Bell 505 and an Augusta 109 for a Part 135 charter company in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am.
Yeah.
A lot of twists and
That's
turns.
kind of a big change to go from flying Blackhawks to flying a little R-22.
Oh my gosh! When
teaching.
when I was training in the R-22, I had the very first flight was landing on a trolley. The helicopter was on a trolley, and I refused to try to do it because in the Black Hawk there's there's a lot of mechanical mixing that makes footwork unnecessary, and so I was had to re-educate myself. And I was also, at the time, I was still doing NVG training in the Black Hawk, so I would do like auto rotations in a 16,000 pound Black Hawk under NVGs, and then I went to fly the Robinson 22 and was trying not to break it.
What is the max on that one? 622 pounds?
The Robbie, no, it's like 300 something. No, 3,000. No.
Oh my God, I don't
cut
remember.
that out.
Yeah.
We knew this at one point.
Yeah.
No, 1,300 pounds. It was like 1,300 pounds or something. Anyway, something.
Anyway. Yeah, so you and I both got here. We didn't know each other.
No.
I knew that, or you knew that I had won a scholarship.
Yes.
Through a girl who heard about us winning a scholarship.
A Finnish lady, yes.
Yeah, a Finnish lady reached out to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you reached out to me. And we ended up sharing this little Airbnb that we've been staying at.
Yes.
And which didn't have a coffee maker, no stove, no oven.
I think both of us were, both of us were happy about the scholarship, but also we had to get ourselves here and provide our accommodation. So it was in our best interest to share accommodation.
Yeah.
But it was also, I was a little selfish. I was like, okay, well, if we live together, then we can study together.
Yeah, true.
So,
yeah.
You didn't think
and
about that?
I think I'm the one benefiting the most from that because you came with a lot of experience. And
a bit more.
From flying bigger aircrafts than I did, so I definitely, I provided the eggs in the morning from the microwave, and you provided me the free study lessons.
I've been telling everybody, and I believe very much that no matter how much experience you have, like coming at a training situation from different perspectives benefits everybody, because you have different questions than I would, and I still learn from you. I have by no means arrived, so I was very appreciative of that.
Yeah. No, it's been great, and we're in the very end. You finished your ATP and type rating on the 139 yesterday.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's been intense, but it's been good.
Yeah.
But I think we should mention also, which I totally forgot to do, that we won it through Whirly Girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's kind of how we're both here, because the Copter Safety reached out to the Whirly Girls, and the Whirly Girls broadcasted in an off-season scholarship opportunity. And I don't know about you, but I saw it come through, and I was like, oh, that would be amazing. I would love to go to Finland. I would love to do this. But I wasn't convinced. It felt kind of like a pie-in-the-sky wish. And so I wrote it on a napkin with a question mark, like application. I think it was like AW139 Finland question mark, and I put it on the magnet on the fridge, and 2 days before it was due, the application was due, the Whirly Girls sent out a reminder, and I was like, well, if I don't try, like, I will never know, and maybe I should, because even if you reach for the stars, at least you get the moon or something. I was like, I won't know, and here I am.
Yeah. No, Whirly Girls is. I had never heard about Whirly Girls until I went to the U.S. and started flying there, because I mean they are originally from the U.S. or it started in the U.S. and it's an international organization, which I mean it's for obviously girls who fly rotorcraft.
Yeah.
And
I think technically we can say it is an International Women Helicopter Pilots Association. It's
Yeah.
how, like the official subtitle.
yeah, but they got, I mean, just in these few years that I've been a member, I think I've been a member for 5 years maybe, they have also added a lot of different scholarships to it, because now they also have the maintenance part, which they didn't used to have.
Yeah.
But I think they've been around since 50s,
1955.
1955.
Yeah. And besides, I've been a member since 2014 and have seen the organization grow a lot, really trying to make the reach into the international population. And I think with that, there's a lot of enthusiastic participants because the board is volunteer, and the while the networking and the support structure and the just providing a platform for visibility and representation, the scholarship offerings are significant.
Yeah.
And everybody knows, everybody who flies helicopters, airplanes too, but helicopters are, I would say, roughly 3 times more expensive to train in. Everybody knows that it's very expensive.
Yeah, and for people who don't know, because it's so hard to explain sometimes the cost of this industry. But I met an airline pilot the other day, and he talked about how they had to, because they started flying for Ryanair, and how they had to pay for their own type rating, which was I don't remember if you said 25,000 or 30,000 euros for a 737.
Oh, wow.
And here we're talking about a helicopter that is obviously a lot smaller, but I think the estimate cost for the 139 is between 70 and 80,000 euros,
Yeah.
which is kind of significant. It's nothing that you just pull out of your pocket, then
No.
I'm going to
And
go and
that's
buy a bigger aircraft or
and
fly a
that's-
bigger aircraft.
That is, this opportunity comes after many tens of thousands of dollars in training. Even if you're training on some of the most economical platforms, like an R-22 or a Schweitzer or a Cabri, they are the smallest and most easily accessible for training, and still a private pilot's license is easily $50,000.
Yeah.
Plus instrument.
Yeah.
But so it's the scholarship opportunities that come are really aimed, I think, at furthering the career path.
Yeah.
And that's what the applications consist of. You of course you do all of the administration of sorting out your hours. But something that really makes it meaningful to me to apply to for this kind of scholarship is to because they ask for essays. They ask why you want to do this and what are you going to do, and it it's easy to get caught up in the I just have to do like the next step. I'm just gonna pass this next hurdle. Get the next $10,000 or whatever, and without pausing. Well, I guess no. You always have to think about what's the next step.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so applying that goal, we always have to stay goal oriented because you have to make it valuable. You have to make good on the investment.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's always like, because I think also people outside of the industry, they're like, oh, aren't you a helicopter pilot already? Like, you pass your private, you're like, oh, I'm a helicopter pilot. And, and then, but it's, it's continuous education, and always, or most people, intend to, if they intend to have it as a career, are always aiming for the next thing to do, because there's a lot of education coming into you know, if you want to fly bigger machines or if you want to fly more advanced things like EMS, emergency medical service, or search and rescue, or you know, or whatever that is. You know.
I agree.
So you said you've been a member since 2014?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you won any scholarships prior to that, or since then?
Actually, that scholarship season, I was awarded the 206 transition, a Bell 206 transition.
Okay.
And it was offered by Flight Safety. And when I got there, or I spoke to Flight Safety in the process, and I was like, I did my initial training in the Army in a 206 model. You know, how about the 407? And it turned out that the program was the same price, and Flight Safety worked with me and with the Whirly Girls, and they were flexible and modified that training schedule. So after that, so I did.
It's kind of funny because I won the same scholarship last year. So we've been we've been winning the same ones and aiming for the same ones. Because they have, like, I think maybe 20 scholarships.
By now, there's quite a few. In 2020, I was awarded the NBG qualification course offered by Night Flight Concepts. Also a great course. And again, at the time, I was aiming for EMS to renew my NBG training that I had in the Army. And so a great training opportunity, and then, you know, the pandemic happened and I couldn't complete the scholarship in 2020.
Okay.
Because things were just all up in the air.
Yeah.
And the world was turning upside down. But by 2021, I was able to organize with them. And again, every time I have worked with a sponsor that offered these scholarships, they've always been, I mean, they wouldn't do it if they weren't interested in the professional development of women in particular. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, coming back to copter safety, how, you know, as far as I understand, they reached out to the Whirly Girls and offered this scholarship. And
it's also one of the few scholarships that are that you do outside of the U.S., which I think is a big thing, because not a lot of Europeans know that much about the Whirly Girls, which is also why I want to record this podcast, because I think it's a good thing to just, you know, get the word out. You know, like there's opportunities that, I mean, it's not only, you know, type ratings, it's all kinds of things. It's initial training, it's you know, you have your private, you can go for a commercial, or you can,
or they have instrument training scholarships. They
have
Garmin training scholarships. There's just such a variety, and I think one of the best ways we can support a healthy industry, and specifically a robust female population in the industry, is to, like you said, get the word out, and I don't know.
Yeah,
just
promoting it. Yeah. But you've been, because I went to Heli Expo, or Verticon as they are now called, for the first time this year. But you've been several times, right? And you've been helping out in the booth, because Whirly Girls has its own booth over there.
Oh, yes.
I wonder, do they have a booth at the European one as well?
European Rotors?
Yeah.
I don't, not that I know of.
So that is maybe a thing that
maybe
they
it's
should.
Something that the European membership can talk about.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of effort put into the presence at Verticon.
Yeah.
With the merchandise booth that actually, I believe, does pretty well. And the membership booth.
Yeah. I think it's just a great thing for I mean, no matter if you win a scholarship or not. I was a member for quite a few years before I won a scholarship. But I think it's also just, getting women together, like, and volunteer work. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to do a lot of volunteering because different reason with work and such, but also because they're not very big here in Europe.
Right.
And
I
it's
think
not a lot of female pilots. Like most of the female pilots in Sweden, where I'm from, I know.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I can talk to them anytime, through other social media. It's hard to get a gathering or, but of course it's good to, just promote it all over.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea to start thinking about as the international membership grows, to start thinking about how, especially in this time where in Europe as well as the United States, there's a pilot shortage that we're all becoming aware of. The impression, at least from a United States standpoint, is that the certificate conversion is pretty challenging from ICAO to EASA, and I think that if we establish, you never know what kind of change you can influence, and so maybe the European membership can establish a presence at Eurorotors, European rotors, and bring the joy and the beauty of the women population in more into presence, and also maybe encourage European sponsors.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great thing.
And also, I mean, by putting women together, I mean, it's helicopter industry generally is a very small industry, and I think we're still down on like 2% women, like internationally in this industry, which is very low. So we need to stick together and help each other.
Yeah.
And I think by putting the word out there and just helping each other, it's a good start.
Yes.
And
yes.
Whirly Girls is definitely helping out with that. I mean, when I won my first scholarship, I got, referred to different people, like, hey, you should talk to this person about this question, or, and they also have like mentorship programs. And
yes, I'm
they have
very
all
excited
kinds of
about
things.
the mentorship program that is still developing, but it's super exciting because it's not always all along the way, there's not always a sense of, how do I say it? It's not always easy to look for partnership in the professional environment. Training partnership, camaraderie. And so I think that's also a really good thing about this organization, is that you can feel partnered in the journey. Everybody has different journeys and different challenges, but you can reach out.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun. You're the first military pilot that I have on the podcast.
Oh.
So that's a different journey too.
Yeah.
Like coming from the military and all those experiences, and then going into the civil world, and then now we're in Europe.
Yeah.
So what's your plan with the 139 now when you have it on your license?
I don't know. I'm pretty excited to have it. I'm excited that the ICAO license, that the type rating is not going to expire.
Yeah, that's
the
a pro
currency
with
of the training.
Yeah, the good thing with the FAA license.
But I really am intrigued by the idea of flying over here, and the missions and the locations and new people and places, and my family, of course, is a huge factor in that. our community back in the Bay Area is pretty well established. So I think I will go and see if I can find a workable job in the United States. I mean, there are several companies that fly 139s.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
Well,
how much commuting I need to do.
yeah, because I know Bristow and PHI fly the 139.
Right.
And
there's a lot
then,
of Northeast. There's
East
charters.
Coast, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
And in Europe, it's, from what I heard from being here 4.5
Yes.
weeks,
Right.
it's a good rating to have here in
it
Europe.
is. It is.
They- yeah.
And I'm finally, I think a lot of us, in the United States at least, there's this, feels like this dark time of not qualifying hours-wise for a lot of jobs that feel substantial. And I'm finally at an hour level where I feel very marketable, and so that's exciting too.
Yeah.
I just have to convert the ratings and everything. But yes, I would love to start flying the machine as soon as possible. So
Yeah.
it would be great if I could get some time in the Gulf, or I intend to explore those options sooner rather than later.
What would you say are the main hurdles being a helicopter pilot or being a female helicopter pilot today?
Myself today, I mean, we all have hurdles along the way, but today, what I see as being a hurdle, I think particularly female, is the family question. I live in a Western society, progressive, whatever. My husband is very supportive, but we have kind of naturally fallen, because of the earning potential of helicopter pilots in the United States. It doesn't really make sense for me to work full time, especially in the Bay Area.
Because it's expensive to live there.
It is very expensive, and childcare is very expensive. We have 2 small kids, and so the question, my husband has a higher earning potential, and so the question of whose profession can progress, how do we hack it? And so far, with our kids being so young, it has made the most economical sense to put my career on the slow track. Slow and steady. I have a couple of part-time jobs.
Yeah, so I don't know if you said you were flying for the sheriff's department. I think you mentioned that.
Yeah. County Sheriff's Department.
Yeah. Chasing people.
We patrol. Yes. We support the guys on the ground, which is funny because that's it really feeds my public service need.
And your turning left needs.
Yes.
Yeah. Which we saw in the aircraft.
Need to turn left. Keep turning left.
Yeah.
But I think, going back to the hurdle, there's just, I think a lot of male colleagues, while being very family oriented and very, also, I'm sure, I have no doubt, there's also a struggle to maintain balance between family and work. But I think still, at least in the culture that I exist in, it is more common that the man goes out and
provides
and is away from the home, and maybe the woman does something that is less mobile. And I do see some perspectives changing, but it's been hard, particularly for me and my family, to strike a balance there. And I think it's going to be and I wanted to tie it back because I've had a lot of difficulty feeling like my home energies are interfering with my ability to be the best pilot that I want to be, and my job demands interfere with me being the best mom that I can be or that I want to be. And so I have felt in the last several years like I'm just not being excellent at anything. And it really bugs me because I like being excellent.
Yeah. Yes.
And so
You're one of those.
Perfectionist, maybe. I like being excellent, and
It's
so
a
I
hard
think
balance.
something
Yeah.
I have really appreciated about finding the Whirly Girls and slowly but surely forming relationships with other women is reminding myself that there are a lot of women that are trying to do this, that want to be good partners, and if they choose, to have kids, then you have this question of, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different ways to, even if you don't choose to have kids, there's still this demand on personal life that even men deal with. But
and I think like most people that I know, or women that are in this industry, they are either together with another pilot who gets it, or they have a very supportive partner who also needs to get it, because it's I mean, like, usually you have to move for a job, especially in the beginning. And
like you've moved a lot.
Moved like twice a year for 10 years. Like you have to, and I know my husband even invented like the word helicopter boyfriend. And he would, connect with other helicopter boyfriends because they get it. Like it's not easy. It's
I keep trying to get there, but I really respect the ability. I'm really grateful for the ability to connect with other women who are driven, maybe type A, most usually type A, and just driven to do this thing that can be hard. And I have been mentored myself by other women who have faced these kinds of questions. And that's been a really important thing about the Whirly Girls, particularly for me, because sometimes you feel like you're just working against the tide.
No, so big shout out to the Whirly Girls for making it possible for so many women in this industry. Because I think I did say about 20 scholarships, but it's also like some of the scholarships are, I mean, like I think Garmin has 5 maybe, 5 people who can win their scholarship, and so on. So, and I mean, you and I, we both won the 139. We've been stick buddies and had to work together for over a month. So and that's also, I think, smart of companies to actually take on more than one recipient.
Yes.
Because that way you can actually work together. And
I think that was
and you even like helped some of my friends now for what is it called? Helicom?
European Rotors. No.
European Rotors.
European Rotors.
Because you had a ticket to European Rotors. And
I
you weren't gonna go.
I need to go home and vote.
And I didn't. I had a friend who wanted a ticket. So I put you two together, and like, it's a small world. And
it is, and I think us ladies who are so driven to not only accomplish something difficult, like many women, like many people, but do it in a male-dominated profession, and you have to have some grit, and sometimes we get competitive with each other, and sometimes it's a temptation to kind of elbow your way through, because a lot of times you are competing for similar jobs.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing we can do is support each other.
Yeah.
Because your success means that maybe in a few years you are an excellent captain and I'm your co-pilot, or the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah. You never
And
know.
So investing in each other's success is super important.
Yeah. You're leaving tomorrow.
I am.
Yeah.
Going back home.
Going back home to your family, to San
Yes.
Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've been gone for so long. So
Yeah.
it's been a good learning experience for all of us.
Yes. And I've seen the videos that your kids have sent you.
Yeah.
They're missing you back home.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it will be weird because we've been living together for so long. We've been there's been other women working at Copter Safety, but there hasn't been a lot of ladies coming
There's a
through
lot of
training.
lady
We
pilots,
met a Spanish girl,
Yes, Isabel.
Isabel, and
And
did we meet anyone
the
else?
lady from Karen. I, have her
I
name.
saw
The
a
lady-
fixed wing lady
who's the-
yesterday.
Oh, is that who she was? I've seen some walking around, not many. And there was the instructor from the UK.
Oh yeah, from Bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
So there's been a few.
Yeah.
But we have
I mean-
definitely, I think we have definitely become a copter safety presence.
we've been the Whirly girls.
Everybody,
Yeah.
yes, everybody's like,
Yeah.
so you're the Whirly girls.
Yeah.
Because they see us up on the schedule, which
Yeah.
is pretty funny. They see us up on the schedule and are like, Whirly girls.
What is that? Yeah, we've been spreading the word
I
here.
think we have accurately represented.
Yeah, no, but I mean, just like you said, it hasn't been a lot of girls, and I think instead of trying to get ahead or be competitive with each other, it's the girls we met here have all been super nice, and
Yes.
I think there's definitely enough opportunities for all of us. We're not that many out there.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I agree that, a lot of us, or I'll speak for myself, maybe it's how I grew up or whatever. I was convinced that if you don't have to struggle for your accomplishment, then it's not as valuable. And I think there's enough struggle in the world to, I think that applying for help, applying for an opportunity it's kind of a humbling experience, because then you become a fortunate one. But at least for me in the process, I have weighed this idea of, I got a scholarship to the university that I really needed and I paid for with military service.
Yeah.
But but there's I think it's a good, humbling opportunity to ask for what you need.
Yeah.
And applying for a scholarship, entering a community where you really need and want support from. There's a lot of really great male colleagues out there that are super supportive. They're there to help you succeed, but they're not women. And I think that's something that we have to offer each other. So, if I can do a PSA, reach out for support, reach out for financial opportunity that might help you move forward in the professional world. It's really worth it, and it's there.
Yeah.
And
just
people want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
The sponsors are offering these scholarships because they want well-trained women pilots.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the end, they benefit from it too,
Mm-hmm.
because we get more women into this industry. I think all workplaces benefit from having mixed gender
Yeah,
at,
I agree.
at the companies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, for joining my podcast. And
Thank you for for
I
having
will.
me.
I will miss you. I will miss our flying together,
Yeah.
our breakfasts, our morning eggs, morning coffees.
I will miss our runs after the bus.
Yes, so we had to run to the bus.
Yeah.
We missed the first bus today coming here,
Yeah.
and then the second bus we had to run to.
It's been a great experience.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Okay.